Hello and welcome back to Master of Orion II Battle at Antares, where in the last episode we've taken out the humans and started a conquest on the Trilarians. But before I make any further conquest, I want to make some modifications to what I'm doing, because I actually don't want to make any further attacks at the moment, because I think we have to keep our technological edge. God, sorry, that sucked a little. So I actually don't want to send this fleet to attack the Alarian people. Instead, I want to send them home for some refitting, because I think we can make a little bit more advanced version of both of these ship types, because especially the Lancers are old. I mean, they're still working very fine, but I think with the new militarization levels that we've researched in physics, we can actually make this ship a lot better. So let's check if there's any subsystem that I would like to include. I don't think so, right? The time warp facilitator would be interesting, but it's currently taking up way too much space. So I'll not use that. It's only hit penalties there, right? Right, so yeah, I don't think I'll add any subsystems, because the very important ones I haven't researched yet. But let's increase the amount of weapons that this ship has by a little bit. With a little bit, I mean about double the amount, because it's more fun, right? Good. That should be good enough for Lancer 2. Let's change the design also a little bit to, I don't know, this one. And with the Avenger, it's not as old, but it's still improvable, so I'll also give them a few more offensive weapons, which is the double again, and also some more defensive weapons. Good. Right. So now they all have more weapons, and more importantly for me, they also have better armor, because we were still running at neutronium armor, and ever since then we've stolen adamantium armor from the humans, I think. So we should be fine with just that. I'll delete this one spy. But I'll keep one half of my fleet around in case they are trying to attack, because I think we should be able to stop them if they attack us somewhere, but I don't want to attack them somewhere at the moment. Oh, I forgot to read it out. We researched more android scientists. We already had that in the last episode, so I'll not read that, because these generate 3 research points, and android workers, mechanical workers with a +3 production bonus require 1 production unit per turn instead of food. They're unaffected by morale, can receive racial bonuses, and cannot generate income. I don't really like these android workers, because sure the production bonus is nice, but then they use a production again instead of food, and what's more importantly, that they're not affected by many things like morale, which in the future will have some serious positive effects on most of our people. So, and they have no racial bonuses, so I think the android researchers are actually not that much better than our own researchers are. So I don't like these androids, but they do have their space and some strategies. I mean, if you just inhabitate Orion, for instance, with a very large amount of android workers, it's a seriously effective production powerhouse, but I'll probably not do that. So let's continue the research into computers, and the spy is finished, because I want to refit the one half of my fleet now. No, you can stay there. You can also stay there, and you're all getting a refit as well. Oh, come on. So one half of the fleet is now being retrofitted. That's just at Nolams. They're not any danger to us. They shouldn't be. They're our friends, and they haven't tried to attack us at any point in the game. So I think they're not attacking us, but they only have 3 colonies, so they're not very influential. But at least they were on our side the entire time, and even voted for us in the council. So I have noticed that, and I appreciate it. But they're not that much of an influence, anyways. So, right, Bolo has also finished training a new spy. We can build a stellar converter here, and yeah, I think we can also build a dimensional portal here. Basically, there are several ways you can win this game. I should probably talk about this now. One, we've already seen how it would probably go, which is this by Galactic Council vote. When you get 2/3 of the Galactic Council votes, doesn't matter if actually 2/3 of them are by yourself, you'll actually get elected as the leader of the Galactic Council, and you win. Interestingly, even if you're voted yourself, you can decline, which will then result in a war against everyone for some strange reason. Even if you voted yourself, but then said no, I don't want to, then everybody will form up and declare war on you for some strange reason. And of course, if someone else should be elected, you also are presented with the choice to not follow him, which will then result in a war with everybody else. But if you're in the situation that someone else is being elected, then it's probably turning out not too well for you. Unless you're really technologically more advanced than the rest. I mean, that can always happen, especially when playing a very research-heavy race, but normally that's the end of the game for you. So, star system unexplored. Black holes, okay. Yeah, the next way to win is basically wipe out everyone, yeah, or declare alliances with the people that you don't want to wipe out. There's an even further way of cooperating with people, which is formally declaring an alliance, which basically enables you to win cooperatively. If you have wiped out everyone else, or everyone else was wiped out, then you also win by being just unopposed, basically. The third option to win is actually to attack the Antares, for which you need a dimensional portal, which is what I just built in the Bolo system, or which I just gave the order to build. So, using this portal, we can actually visit the Antaran homeworld and try to attack their very formidable defense. But I'll probably not do that now. I just wanted to build the portal now, so that in the future I can go there. Because right now I have my hands full with the Illyrians and the remainder of the Trilarians, so I'll probably not attack anybody seriously, but it's still good to know. So I think I'll just collect all the ships here. That is still my defensive force. So here we get a refits, so let's just pass some time. You're tuned to GNN, your source for all the news you need to know. A giant space dragon has invaded the galaxy. Experts speculate that it's searching for treasure. And now, in a GNN exclusive story, your empire now spawns 25 star systems outnumbering all other empires. Yeah, that was a surprise that we outnumber everyone. So you'll build a spy, and you're actually gonna refit the second half of the fleet. Space Dragon is going to Ra. That's not very healthy for you, Space Dragon. Just saying. Just saying. I mean, the fleet is still being refitted here, so I'll just wait it out. So you finished building a spy, so now you can refit the second half. They haven't... no, that didn't want to click at that. Strange enough, the Illyrians haven't really made an offensive posture yet. I mean, they seem to be collecting large amounts of ships in the mirror system. Probably to attack Null or Qing, though Null doesn't have any serious defenses. So... no, you build a warp interdictor first, I'm sorry. I'll even give you the money to finish this, but just if they decide to attack Null, then we'll have additional turns to stop them. Qing actually does have defensive installations on the planet, so I don't think they're probably gonna attack here unless they feel really sure of themselves, which I doubt. But they have large amounts of ships here, so probably I could pull my fleet together somewhere and then attack them. That would be fun. Galactic Cybernet. Nearly instantaneous galaxy-wide communications, allowing quick exchange of information and ideas. The Cybernet generates 15 research points and each scientist generates +3 research each. Virtual Reality Network generates a galaxy-wide cyberspace connection to which individuals can tap into to experience alternate realities. Increase morale +20% throughout the entire empire. So this just gives us +20% on everything by just researching it, which is really nice. Because we're affected by morale. There are even some government types that are not affected by morale, but we are. So for us this is good. And now comes the really interesting stuff. Admiralty gains a level, yes, thanks, good. And you finish refitting the first half of the fleet, that's good. So you can build a cybernet and a stellar converter. And then I need some more spies, I'm sorry. I don't think I need any ships here. I mean, though it could attack one of the smaller planets, which would not go well for me, I suppose. But I need you in an offensive posture somewhere. So the fleet is withdrawn again somewhere else. They're going to Merop again, so they're not trying to attack me in the next turns. So I'll actually gonna wipe out the rest of the Trilarians now, I think. You can go to Rado. Yeah, that'll probably turn out right. So let's wipe out the rest of the Trilarians. Not wiping out, but taking them hostage and then integrating them. Which I call wiping out. Oh shit. 1800 damage, yes! New upgrades! Always fun. Sorry, I was a little surprised there. Will you pay me 500 BC to feast elsewhere, Siren the First? If you refuse, I shall pillage your puny subjects in the Ra system. No, I'll not give you money, you money-greedy space dragon. Space dragon attacks Siren the colony of Ra Prime. Are you insane, Dragon? This is one of my most heavily fortified colonies and it has ships there. So let me demonstrate something to you, Dragon, and to the audience, of course. Here, this thing called Stellar Converter that we just researched. Let's just shoot one of them at this dragon, yeah? Remember, this is a very terrifying space dragon. It has 2,500 points of health, structure, whatever. So... hello, 1,600. So it's actually didn't kill it. So it's hit it with the Mauler devices at least. The rest is just alright. Also hit it with phasers. Goodbye. Such an idiot. If he would have attacked one of the smaller colonies, he would have just had not such a terrible strong opposition. You're tuned to GNN, your source for all the news you need to know. Ships under your command have succeeded in destroying the monstrous space dragon. Yeah. If this space dragon appears much earlier, where he's actually really powerful, it's actually fun to just send them to someone you don't like, but don't want to declare war against. But at this point in time, it's just, I don't think it's worth the fuss. No, I don't want to annihilate them. That you can work. We have enough food elsewhere. It's no problem. We produce more than enough food for everybody. So let's continue the world domination tour, sort of. So the second fleet is almost back up to full functionality, and we'll attack Laius now. Yeah, let's attack this first. Oh, they actually have planetary shields now, that's interesting. As you see, they stop a huge amount of damage from the phases, because the individual damage from the phases is not that high. They only work well when they can bypass the shields, but with planetary shields they can actually not bypass that for some reason, although that's shields, right? So I would think that they would also bypass planetary shields, but since they can also not bypass hard shields, I suppose it's fair that planetary shields also have sort of automatically hard shields. But against ships who have hard shields or planetary shields, they're actually not that good. I mean, they're still somewhat effective, but they're not exceedingly good, and there are even some planetary shields that they're not be able to do any damage against in the current configuration. So yeah. So you can build Cybernets. Second fleet is apparently ready. I think I need some more transport ships in the future though. So the second fleet is ready again. Let's take it into offensive posture here, while we continue with the assault on the Trilarians. Phew, phew, phew. Yeah, I love him. 115 combat. Holy shit. Achilles targeting unit. Triples the chance of striking an enemy weapon and shield systems and completely bypass the target ship's armor. This text is maybe a little bit misleading. What this system actually does is just completely ignore enemy ship's armor and triple the chance of hitting the ship. So basically, you don't need many more targeting computers once you install this Achilles targeting unit. And unless the enemy ship has hard armor, you actually completely bypass the armor, which means the ship is dead even faster. So it's a little sad that I just refitted my fleet, because with the Achilles targeting unit it would be even more fun, but I'll do it later. Molecular electronic computer directs all starship weapons fire, adding plus 125% to the chance to hit. If the computer is destroyed, the ship loses the bonus. Pleasure Dome, the ultimate in virtual holographic entertainment, creating completely immersive entertainment environments. It increases morale by plus 30% and is cumulative with Holo Simulator. Good, what are we going to research next? Because I think I need some more stuff in power. Yes, power. More power! More power! Oh, that's the wrong franchise. Unlimited power! So, yeah, I can just build that. So, let's take the last Trilarian system now, shall we? There's only two planets left for them. Which makes me very sad, but they asked for it, right? And I think you can just start the assault on Mirror. We can just test the defenses here, I think. I don't have too many here. 2 battleships they actually built, right. So you want those battleships to die, right? So let's take it out. That was nice, so let's invade. And after the slaughter we've taken this planet, right. And we can also attack here. Let's start with the missile base and ground batteries. Yeah, this should work out fine. But here they didn't have any shields installed, so this is no good example for determining how good they are. But we've stolen their very nice armor. This is one of the one of the technologies that they learned at Orion, basically, which is an even better armor than we could research. Xenotromian armor. Ships with this armor have 10 times the base structure and armor points. The hit points of fighters are multiplied by 5, adds plus 30 to ground troop combat strengths. Yes, thank you. This is GNN, bringing you today's headlines from across the galaxy. Your empire now numbers 27 star systems, more than any other empire. Yes, there was breaking news. Cylons are still dominating. And yeah. No, I don't want to annihilate them. Actually, a Nolam colony here. That's weird. I thought this was an Ilarian system, so why do they have Nolam workers here? No, I don't want to annihilate them. Thanks. You can just get working on that. Oh right, the Nolams used to have this system. It's directly adjacent to their home system. So far they only have their home system left with a starbase, 5 battleships and a cruiser. Yeah, it's a little sad for them. That they were supporting us all the time, but they seem to have always been diminished. Right. So we need additional freighters, it seems. It's actually the same production now. Interestingly enough, it doesn't matter. So I need some freighters, and then you can also build some spies so that the other guys don't have to build all the spies themselves. And the other colony admiral, please. Thank you. Invasion. Reflection field. Yeah, this is also one of the Orion technologies. Reflection field. Subspace field that reflects beam weapons back onto the attacker. Chance to reflect is the ratio of deflection field strength of 10 to the sum of weapon attack damage and reflection field strength. Yeah, it's a difficult formula. It's fun to see in action, but I don't think it's that effective to be worth the amount of space that it uses. Because all of the Orion technologies have the problem that they're not being miniaturized at any point in time, because they're just basically special. And you cannot increase in special stuff, so what actually makes some stuff very worthwhile is the miniaturization that I talked about in the very beginning, and you cannot achieve any miniaturization with all of these Orion technologies. So they will always take up the same amount of space and be at the same effectiveness. Talking about the same effectiveness, another Orion technology. Death Ray fires an intense beam of cosmic rays inflicting 50 to 100 points of damage. Any damage that penetrates your shields kills 1 marine unit for every 5 points of internal damage. I mean, on the paper these weapons are really nice, but without miniaturization they just take up way too much space to be effective. GNN, well, news comes first. The Tralarian Empire has been completely destroyed. Oh. Antimatter bomb, a high-yield orbital bombardment device engineered to destroy ground forces and colony installations, inflicting 5 to 40 points of damage per bomb. I've already read that when we spied that. And antimatter torpedoes. These torpedoes are balls of antimatter that explode on contact. They travel at a speed of 20 and inflict 25 points of damage and fire every other turn. These torpedoes are sort of like missiles, but they can only be fired every second turn. For that they are a little bit more effective, but they don't have that much interesting modifications, I think. I mean, they're interesting, at least, but I don't think they're that effective at this point in the game. Annihilate? No, of course not. I just want to take the normal order. I wish there was some sort of script to just say, just produce the same as usual, please. But it's not, so we have to spend a lot of time with giving these orders. Oh, is this the fleet? Yes, the fleet is coming! Oh, winter is coming for us, maybe. But my main fleet has just finished taking out the rest of the Trilarians, so I think I'll just join up my force and then we'll have the Illyrian fleet against my fleet, which should be a really one-sided battle, though. I don't think I need both of the fleets, I'm just being overly cautious maybe. But yeah, we'll see about that. So let's just send some further transporters there. I really need more transporters though. Okay, you're constructing some, right. Right, I forgot! I didn't say anything. Don't hurt me, please. Okay, so I also need a freighter fleet. I think I need even an additional freighter fleet, so... Yes, finished building the spy, it's good, so then build a pleasure dome. And more spies. Yeah, I think I need more spies. So, now it's Clash of the Titans. Let's fight this out. 14 battleships and 2 cruisers against 4 Titans and a couple of battleships. I think that's 7 battleships. Yeah, I think it's 7. Right, let's duke this out, right? Die! Die! Yeah, this is totally one-sided. I think I can just make this an automatic fight because we have way too many ships for those. And way too powerful ships. But they actually brought the Avenger, so this special ship that you get when taking Orion, which is also called Avenger, which is a rip-off of my ship design. not really. Yeah, hit the Avenger. Yeah, now they're hitting back. It's good. But they're not hitting anything. Die. Just die, guys. I'm sorry, but you wanted war, right? It was some time ago, I realized that. I wasn't that powerful at that time, but you have to face the consequences when you just declare war on people that seem to be easy. So, I think we've this was just game. I mean, we already had the game in very secure hands, but now we've taken out their fleet. So, if this isn't game, then I don't know it. I'll split up the force again. So the main invasion force will be Nile and Kark, together with 4 Avengers, and the rest of the transports, and you'll just go here. Those guys are probably waiting for more transports, and then, well, where can you start? Just meet at Mizar. So this is a nice demonstration of the Stargate technology. I can just send my new transports now to the front, and then they can join up with the fleet and then attack something. So that's really useful. Right, let's go on. Food replicators allow I think we already had that. Transporters allows a ship to move marines to an enemy ship at the range of 12 squares as long as the shield facing the ship is down. It can also be used to drop bombs on planets up to 12 squares away. This is actually an interesting subsystem because I didn't demonstrate boarding ships too much, but because normally to board ships they have to be still and not be able to move. So the only thing I boarded so far were stations because they're always not moving. Yeah, but with transporters you can actually board when you're further away than you need to be normally. Normally you would need to be really close, but with transporters you can just be at least 12 squares away, which is a little bit. So let's go further into power research. And you can attack Malus now. I think we're just going to overrunning the Illyrian Empire now, because I don't think they have any really way to stop us. And I need more freighters though. Yeah, probably need 3 more. Sorry. It's just because for every new colony I take, I'll probably need to transfer some food there, and I need freighters for that, so... Combat at Malus. Yeah, let's take this out. And invade. And Pax as well. I have one battleship there, yeah, that's gonna stop us. It's not, right. And invade. You continue to stand in the way of the Antares Empire. You may not surrender, you cannot win. The only option is death. Okay, the Antarans are coming back, it seems. No, don't annihilate them. So I actually need to build a new ship design to deal with the Antarans, because I don't want to actually kill them, I want to take their ships. The reason for that is that the Antarans also use this special Orion type of technology. We already have the most important thing, I think, is the armor, but they also have other technology which I'd like to at least tell you about. So I'll build a special battleship just for purposes of taking them. It'll just have... You should have hard shields, right? At least that. The rest is somewhat optional, I think. Yeah, you just have hard shields. And then I'll give this ship the assault shuttles. Basically, assault shuttles are little interceptor type ships that can launch from this ship, and but instead of carrying weapons, they carry marines, and the marines can actually try to take ships that they latch onto. So I'll just build this with assault shuttles. So I just call this... Yeah, what's a good name for that? I don't know. I always call it Enterprise, but I think it's a little silly. I call it Entership now, right? So this at least demonstrates the function of this ship. I think I need... You can build spies. I want to take a look at where the Antarans are actually attacking, but I'm still having to go through all the colonies that I take, all the people that need to have new orders and stuff. So I'll just... There I'm going, okay? We have a battle station here. That's really nice. That actually solves a lot of the problems that I would be having. So I'll just convert these Avengers to the new Entership type. So I just send them there, and then I'll have them refit there, because Seoul already has a battle station, so it can refit big ships. And then I'll try to take these ships. Yeah, should work out fine. I am thinking about sending our Marine commanding officer there, because he can actually help a lot by just being there. He doesn't need to be on one of the ships, but just by being around he can increase the chances that we'll get successful with our daring plan to take some of the Antares ships. But let's go to the next system for now. So Ixion only has a star base and it's ultra poor. Why are they even building colonies here? Seem to be a little desperate, so let's invade. Damper field! Oh, okay, they already have those as well. Surrounds a ship with an energy dampening field that reduces the damage a ship takes by 3/4. Has 50% chance of distorting a transporter beam attempting to move troops into equipped ships, killing the troops instantly. The interesting thing about this is that you can either build a damper field or you can build shields. You can't have both. You can't have a ship with shields and a damper field. If you install a damper field, it will automatically remove the shields. So why it's interesting that it reduces all damage by 3/4, so by 75% basically, it's I don't use it often because I like to have shields and hard shields, and they actually stop a lot of the damage by themselves. Damper field could be interesting under some circumstances, but I don't think it's that good. But it does free up some space, because the damper field doesn't take nearly as much space as the shields take, so it's interesting. No, don't get me wrong, but I rarely use it, so I just mention it here. So let's take another planet. from the Illyrians. They haven't lost enough. Although they didn't destroy too many of our colonies, right? They were just annoying. And they took Orion. That's a good enough reason to attack them, but... Okay, 4 infantry against 7 and 3 tanks, so let's see how that goes. That was close. Star Fortress, a large military orbital platform, has +6 parsec scan range bonus and adds +20% to both the offense and defense of all ships in combat around it, replaces battle stations and star bases. Yeah, these are the best planetary defense bases that we could build. Good. So we're getting a lot of interesting technology just by attacking the Illyrians, which is nice. No. So come on. So now I have to refit the ships here. So stop whatever you're doing and refit them to enter ships. Good. In 4 turns the Antares will be here, and in 3 turns we'll have 3 enter ships on standby, which already have received some training, although they haven't seen much battle, I think. They have still been around a while and therefore have been have benefited by Commissioner Yoda's instruction. And Governor Emo still wants to join us. No, Emo, I'll not take you. Yeah, so, but I think this is enough for today. As we're seeing, we're getting more dominating with every turn. And soon the Antares will try to attack us again, but I mean, even the last attack was thwarted by us. They didn't bring that big ships. I mean, I think they only had 1 destroyer and even smaller ships. But we're very much more prepared as well. So I think this will not go out good for the Antares, but we'll see that in the next episode. Until then, bye, see ya!